Hey everyone, Chris Stegall here with Creme de la CRM, and I'm joined once again by Matt Kaufman. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Chris, good to be back.
Yep. And we are back with our regularly scheduled programming, another round of Q&A with Matt K, the weekly series where we take questions from the Trailblazer community and put them in front of Matt, where he is put in the hot seat and forced, or not forced, but offers to answer them live,
Pressured,
unedited. What's that?
pressured to do it. I'm pressured to
Yeah.
do it. Not forced, but there's a lot of pressure.
There's a tremendous amount of uh, outside enthusiasm pushes Matt forward on these. But it's a great chance to see one, what kind of questions come up regularly in the Salesforce ecosystem, what levels they come from, because you would be not surprised to learn maybe that it's all levels have questions regularly, and get a chance to see how we troubleshoot things in the business. There's often multiple solutions. Sometimes our solutions, upon reflection, need a little bit of revision. And so it's always a fun experience, and I am grateful that Matt joins us to do this. Today, we are taking a look at a question from Ellen, who asks, how do I get all email templates to use the correct letterhead? Now, Ellen has updated her email letterhead with a new logo. Most of the email templates using this letterhead get sent with the new logo. However, there are a couple that aren't getting that new logo. The emails are being sent using a flow. No changes were made to any of the email templates, yet some have the new logo and some do not. When Ellen previews the templates that are getting sent incorrectly, they look fine and do show the new logo in the preview, but when triggered by the flow, they appear incorrectly in the inbox. And then she mentions a couple things that she has checked, and I will send you this link now, Matt, so you can dive in.
I will open the link and I will zoom in so that way people
I
can
can.
see it. Let me see. Oh, that is not the right link. Actually, can you send me that link one more time?
Yep. I generally have quite a few questions ready to spring on Matt, so it's no surprise that I may have grabbed the wrong one. Where is our Slack?
Here, let me message you. We use Slack. While we're doing that, why don't you share my screen? And for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, go ahead, like and subscribe. And if you're not joining us for the first time and have been watching it for a long time, then why haven't you liked and subscribed? All right, let's see. This is my screen. Yes, let me zoom in so I could see it better, and everyone else at home can too. There we go. Okay, so I actually had the same problem. Now we're talking about here, I believe we're talking about not classic letterheads and classic email templates, but I guess we call them lightning letterheads and lightning email templates, or maybe we just call them letterheads and email templates, no more kind of descriptive before it. Oh, wait, but this says, no, she just checked the logo document in classic. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure she's talking about what I call lightning letterheads. Let's go to my org real quick and take a look. So I think this is the email templates that we're talking about, these here, which are not the old ones that used to be, or still are actually in setup. So we have the classic email templates here, which are related to classic letterheads. And I don't think that the classic ones have this issue, because when I experienced this issue, it was with the lightning / no, prefix email templates and letterheads here. And I believe enhanced letterheads. There we go. That's what we're going to call them, because that's what they're called. And I believe that the issue is related to the fact that there's versioning on Salesforce files or Salesforce content documents. And so that's what it is. And especially now with the Edge network and all the other CDN type of stuff, I think things get cached and it takes time to propagate. And so I think that's all it is. It's just a very simple issue that things get cached. My guess is if this person were to wait, let's go ahead and put this one there, not me, long enough, the problem would resolve itself. But I did experience it, and I remember we were sending out emails, and it was very confusing. I think you and I were maybe editing the same one, and that was causing an issue. I'm going to hit save. So here's my letterhead that I just created. And now I can go ahead and create an email template. I don't know if this matters too much, but let's just say contact, make it public. And we want to specify this. Okay. There we go. And so now I can use this email template to send out an email. And let's see if we go to a contact. These are fake people. I'm going to change the email address. Actually, I don't think it matters because I'm not going to actually send it. So here's the composer, and I can insert a template, this one here, and there we go. So this is how we would send that email. I think she said that the email was being sent with a flow, right?
Yep.
Yes. But when I trigger them with the flow, they appear incorrect in my inbox. That's interesting too. When I preview the templates that are getting sent incorrectly, they look fine and have the new logo. When I trigger them with the flow, I'm going to just try something out. I want to go ahead and create a flow first and just make sure that this is not something maybe inside the flow where there's a version set in the flow. So I'm going to create a new flow. And I don't think she said did Ellen say if this is a screen flow, or she says trigger them with a flow. Let's try a record triggered flow. Except for I got to make sure I can do something to this to, how am I going to trigger this? I'll figure something out. It's okay. So we're going to put this on contacts. And when a record is updated, and we'll say the condition, actually, do I need a condition? Yeah, I should probably be careful. Let's say if the title is changed, which is like a weird thing, but okay. And what are we going to do? We are going to send an email alert, and I don't have an email alert yet, so I need to create the alert. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to send test email. Object will be a contact. And then let's see if we can select our email template. We want lightning. Oh, so they do call them lightning emails. Test email template. Here we go. Recipient is going to be, it's the related contacts, I think. No. Who is the recipient? Email field. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And sure, we'll do that. Save. Okay, so there's my email alert. It's bound to this template here. Now we can see, if I hover over this, you can't see it at home. I can click on it. It has a URL for this email template. And ironically, it took us to the classic email template and not the other one. That could be a clue as to what's going on. I'm going to take the URL from the ID from the URL at the top here, and I'm going to go back to email templates and check this out. Okay, and I'm going to paste that. Those are the same. Okay. So for those of you at home that are watching, This is the ID that was in the URL in setup. No, sorry. Did I do that right? No. This is the ID that was in the URL and setup. We took away the 2F. That's not part of it. This is the ID that was in the URL when I go to this template. They're the same ID. The last three don't count. The last three are used to determine the case of all the letters previous to the last three. So we ignore that. And in case anyone was curious, the first three determine the type of object in Salesforce that we're dealing with. So really the ID that makes it unique is kind of this here. The first three tells us the type of object, then this is the record in that object, and then these last three are in case you need it to be case sensitive and the system is not case sensitive that you're interacting with. This ensures, this EA4 basically tells us that these last four letters are capitalized and this B is lowercase. That's what that somehow means. And this is all documented somewhere on the internet. Okay, so it is the same ID, so that's not it. The letterhead. What about the letterhead? Okay, so on this screen, I actually don't see the letterhead, right? It doesn't show up anywhere on here, right?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, that's weird. So when we're on this screen for a classic email template, even though this is not a classic email template, I don't see the word letterhead anywhere. On this screen, we do see it. We see it right here. And actually, I don't even know if we need to go this far because I think I can show you. Oh, that didn't work. The issue. Let me copy image address. Okay, so this is the address of this image right now. You can see that here. Let's make this bigger. So this is the address, and this is how images are served. Well, some images are served. And so you can see here, it has, this is the content document ID, I believe, not the contact version. We can actually figure it out. So just like before, the first three correspond to the key of the type of object it is. And then 068, let's just do that. Here we go. Thank you, Daniel. Is a content version, not content document. Okay, let me zoom in there. Okay, so 068 is a content version. Well, that's what we wanted. We want it to be the content version. But because it's doing the content version, like I said, I think then there's like a caching issue. So if we upload a new image on top of this, the old one still exists in Salesforce with this ID. Whereas if you were pointing to the content document, it should always get the latest. And so there's really only one way, I think, to force something to have the latest, and that's to delete the letterhead and then create a new one. But we can explore some stuff here. What if we take that ID and we paste it up here? Let's see what happens. I downloaded it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can, it keeps downloading it. We can try to do some other interesting stuff. Let's open up, let's see if I can do this. Let's open up the, where did it go? Oh, I lost it. Let's come back. Okay. So I'm going to, one more time, copy image address. I'm going to come here to the developer console. And I'm going to say select ID, content document ID from content version where ID equals, and then I'm going to paste in that ID. Let me just, and this will get us the content document. So we'll be able to go to a page, hopefully, that represents that image. And I'll show you some stuff when we get there. Okay, so here's the content document ID. I'm going to copy this, go back to Salesforce, and paste that ID at the top. Let's see if this works. I honestly don't know if this is going to work. It worked. Okay, cool. And so here we are. Now we might have been able to see this on the Files tab. I didn't even think about that. Let me check that out first. What's today's date? I don't know today's date. Okay, so yeah. It is, I don't see it. Wait, is this it? Oh, that's right. This was uploaded. Yeah, so it is already here. Yeah, of course it's already here because I didn't just upload it today. I used one that was already in there. Let's see if that's the same ID. So we got AAZ at the end, DAAZ actually. Yeah, that's the same one. Okay, so I could have just found it. I didn't need to do that. If we look at versions here on the right hand side, you'll see there's only one version. But what I could do is I could upload a new version, and I'm going to replace it with another image on my computer. You can't see my computer right now, my file picker. Let's see if I can find an actual image that is not something embarrassing or inappropriate. That looks like a picture of me. What am I doing in that picture? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Oh, look at that. I couldn't change it. Interesting. Okay, so this may not be the best example. Let's do another one. So we're gonna go to let's go back to the letterhead. Let's go back to letterhead, and I think I'm gonna, with my other screen, just download some sample images. I usually use like a penguin and stuff like that. Here we go. Here's the penguin that I often will use. Let's download that. Okay, so let's change this letterhead. And this is actually what I think Ellen did too. So we're going to insert a new image. Here we go. And I'm going to upload it. And we're going to upload this penguin image that I just downloaded, if I can find it on my computer. Did I not download it? Where'd it go? Well, I can't find the penguin. Let's do this one instead. Then I'm going to do... I can't find any images. I just saw an image and now it's gone. And I know no one at home is seeing my screen right now, so I apologize. But where did I know I have images?
Well, maybe this struggling with images is a good time to segue into our commercial for today.
That's a great point. I totally forgot about that. Let's talk about Mama Merch, about Photo Uploader. Sorry.
Different sponsor today.
Today we're going to talk about Photo Uploader because that is our sponsor. And so Photo Uploader is a 100% native image uploading app for Salesforce. And it allows you to easily upload images from your local drive to Salesforce. And the data goes straight there. You don't go through any servers, so it's safe and it's secure. Photo Uploader has been on the App Exchange since 2009. It is one of the most popular apps on the App Exchange. And the reason is totally free. So you can use Photo Uploader for free to upload images to your leads, your accounts, your contacts, and any objects in Salesforce. And you can upload as many images as you want. Data stays right there inside Salesforce. So please visit quick2.click/photo with Matt K to get your free edition of Photo Uploader for your Salesforce today. Thank you, Chris, for that reminder.
Thank you.
And I'm going to try one more time to upload an image. I went ahead and re-downloaded the penguin image. There it is. Okay, so here's the penguin. I'm going to make it a little smaller. And we'll hit save. And now this penguin should be on the Files tab. So let's go ahead and go to the Files tab. And there it is. Okay, yeah, perfect. And I'll hit View File Details. And we can see that there's one version there. Now, the question is, how do we get the penguin to maybe change? Can we do it from here, or do I have to do it from somewhere else? So there's another image that I'm going to use. This one's not a penguin. It is dice. It's an image of dice, which is totally different than penguin. But let's just see if I can upload a new version from here and see what happens. I might get that same error. Nope, looks like that worked. Okay, so here's the dice. Okay, still says penguin up there. Now, what I wanted to show you though is that over here on the right hand side, we now have 2 versions, and they still exist. You can actually see them. We could go see, if I click on this, it downloads a penguin. If I click on version 2, it downloads the dice. Let's go back to our letterhead. And look at that. It still shows the penguin. But I updated it. It shouldn't show the penguin. It should show the dice. Let's just check Ellen's question again. I've updated an email letterhead with a new. Now she says she updated the letterhead, so I don't think she did it my way. I updated the document itself to have a new version, and because, like we saw before, it's pointing to the content version, and that version, which if we come back, I need more windows here. Let's do it like this. If we come back to that file, the content document has 2 versions. Our email template, our letterhead, is pointed to this version here, not this one. And that's why it's still showing the penguin and not the dice. Now, my hypothesis here is that things got cached over the course of various parts of the internet, and so that's why it went to the wrong version. And when she sent it, I don't think it's specifically for a flow. I think it's just that's what happened. Let's go ahead and I can't remember which email. What was the name of my email alert? It was test. Email. I think that's. Let's save this. Save. Take that out. Delete. Save. Okay, and I can refresh. Maybe I'll be able to add it. There we go. Send test email. Okay. The other thing we could try to do is just look up behind the scenes. We want the triggering contact and I guess the ID. Yeah. Save. We could look behind the scenes at the XML and try to figure out, is it actually pointing at the content version? But I don't think it is. I don't think it's really an issue with the flow. I think the flow is using this email alert. Let's check out the email alert. I think it's just caching. Yeah, because this email alert just says use the template. It's not pointing at a specific file. So use the template. This template, like we saw before. So let's come back to the template here. Well, this was still pointing at the penguin. Let's change this. And I'm going to delete the penguin. And now I got to insert probably another image. I don't want to insert the dice either because I've already used that for something. So let me get another image. I'll download another one. I'm not even sure what this is. It's a compass, I think. But I'll upload this one. There we go. And I'll center it just to make it consistent and make it a little smaller. Yeah, it should be right. I think it's just a caching issue. I don't know how long she waited. I know it seems like a cop out, but let's activate the flow, I guess, and we'll see what we can do. So let's come back to my flow. And I don't think I activated it yet. Okay, so it's active. If I go to a contact now, and let's come here. I'm gonna have to change this email address, obviously, because we don't want to send it to this email address. And what I will sometimes do is use a temp email service There's lots of them out there. I'm not saying one is better than the other. That's for you to decide. But it will allow us. Oh, look at that! I get Salesforce ads. That's funny. It will allow us to kind of test this out without having to pull up my personal email. So we're going to come here. We're going to change this, and I'm going to hit save. No email yet. Okay. And now I'm going to change the title because that's what my flow was based on. And we're going to say test 1 and hit save, and we'll see if that flow goes out. I guess we can also debug the flow just by testing it within the flow. Oh, there we go. Okay. And it worked.
Okay.
So I think it's just a caching issue. It can happen. You know, weird stuff happens. Sorry about all these ads here. I don't think this is like a bug. I don't think it's really anything that you need to worry about. I think, you know, this was posted 2 days ago. My guess is it's already working. If it's not already working, I would say create a brand new letterhead, update the template to work with the new letterhead, and then delete the old letterhead. And I think that's what I did when I was having this issue because I was impatient and I didn't want to wait. But as we just saw just now, it worked fine. So it could be timing, it could be based on time of day and things that are going on the internet and all sorts of stuff. But if you really want to make sure, you can, create a new letterhead, update the template to be related to that letterhead. You can even delete the file. So if we go back to the Files tab, let's go to the Files tab. We can see the penguin's still there, even though we're no longer using it. I could delete that file now if I really wanted to. And then there's no chance that it's being used, right? This is the weird compass. That's what I would probably do, is get rid of anything that could possibly be related to that old image. And that way there should be no chance that it's preserved. It should force whatever's going on the internet to grab the latest.
Cool.
That's what I got. I don't know.
The only other thing that I was thinking, is there any chance that it could be like permission related? That if there were different permissions on the images, that somebody might have had access to the previous version, but not this one, if the flow was triggered from their action, or is that not?
Well, so it's hard to know because the way that Ellen phrased the question, it sounded like she edited the letterhead itself.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming if she edited the letterhead, then this file should be uploaded to Salesforce in such a way that it's accessible to anyone that's going to use the letterhead. As opposed to what I did, where I went to the Files tab. Yeah, if you upload a file in the Files tab, you could set it up in such a way that not all your users would have access to it. And then if the flow is running as user, that could cause a problem. But I think in that scenario, you're more likely to get this image is not found error than let me show you the old version of the image. That shouldn't happen. It really should say I wasn't able to get to that image, and you get that image not found error, little square type of thing. That's my guess. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for running through that. So just as a speedy recap, we suspect that it could be a cache issue that might self-resolve over time. If it has not already self-resolved, then the recommended approach is to create a new letterhead and then update the email template to use that new letterhead. And then as a extra precaution, head into Files and delete the previously used image, as long as you know it's not used anywhere else.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I wish I had a better answer, like a little checkbox you could check, but I just think it's one of those weird coincidences that kind of happens on the internet.
Yeah. And to recap the midpoint commercial of the show, do check out Photo Uploader if you want to add photos to your records in Salesforce. And if you go to quick2.click/photo with Matt K, you can get access to the free version of Photo Uploader, which may also be free on the App Exchange. But this way, they know we sent you, and they know you watched this video, and we get a little bit more credit for it, and we like that.
Right. And if you like watching me sweat and make mistakes and watching unedited videos of people that are real, then please like and subscribe, because that's what this is. This is the work that we do when we're not recording is the exact same as the work that we do when we are recording. It's just that we're answering your questions instead of questions from our clients. So feel free to submit your questions as well. You could submit them on Trailhead or fill out this form. I think that's the wrong form.
You are correct. Mamba is getting so much free promo today. We're going to have to
invoice
them.
I know. I think there we go. There's the form. quick2.click/Q&A. I also have been looking a lot. There are a lot of good questions on Reddit too. I think next time we're going to try to pull a question from Reddit. I see a lot of questions there. They tend to get answered a lot faster though, which is interesting. But yeah, so you have many places where you can fill out questions. But if you have something that you're struggling with in Salesforce, please send it our way. We're happy to try to solve it for you for free.
And if you have an idea about a solution that we didn't attempt on one of these videos, feel free to drop it in the comments as well, because we are always open to being corrected or potentially learning a new way to do something. And we'll be happy to spin up another video to walk through your solution. If
right.
It's
yeah. Odds are I'm not correct every week. That just mathematically shouldn't happen. So feel free to send in your corrections.
Well, the audience is allowed to use Google, so they have a little bit of an advantage technically.
Slight advantage. Yeah. And they're also not being recorded.
That's true. Yeah.
That helps a lot.
It's always harder to type with somebody watching and think with somebody watching.
Yeah. The pressure of entering your password when someone's watching you is so high.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in yet again. Thank you, Matt, for joining us and putting yourself through this and answering those questions from the community. Once again, I am Chris Stegall with Crumdale CRM. This is Matt Kaufman, and thanks for watching.